Look at me, I'm what you see. But can you tell the price in heat? I can tell you what I need. But 20 quid will buy a bottle of tea.
And welcome to yet another episode. We don't go through formalities anymore, but 2-3 years down the line, people are going to be check this podcast out and be like, oh shit, you did a fucking podcast with Ricky Walia.
I am over here chronic NIRVANA. Finally it's happening. I'm so glad it's finally freaking happening.
I feel like this is that one team that should have happened a long time ago.
Exactly. The one that got away almost.
Always.
Finally here. So glad to be in chronic NIRVANA. I can swear, right?
Unfiltered, bro.
Okay, I fucking love the name firstly. Like today I remember I was just going through the page because I was kind of nervous about how this would go down.
Yeah.
So I was going through the page and I was watching the different interviews and I was like, the name in itself, Chronic NIRVANA, I fucking love it. So just kudos to that, honestly.
Cheers, bro. The whole idea was, we were thinking about it and then I was done. Okay, so a lot of people, I don't think we've discussed this on the podcast, I'm not sure. But we were just like, okay, we need some cannabis reference because me and Dakshey are both, we love anything related
your substances.
We just like something to do with it. We both see a future in that. I was just like, okay, so I was like chronic, and then he's just like, alright, we need a second name. I was just like, oh fine. He's like, let's just go with NIRVANA. That's it. And I was like,
brilliant.
Let's just go with it.
And it suits you. When you have a username as surface, or as shallow as this may sound, having a username that actually describes you, I think is so important. I feel like it really puts a good image of what you are about.
Yeah.
I think it's creative in itself.
As far as cannabis is concerned, a lot of people talk about its negative implications and stuff. But to me personally, it's opened so many dimensions and conversations and shit, right? And this is kind of exactly what I'm doing then. I used to do this, while I was under the influence, have these really cool conversations with people.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we don't really need that to have this conversation. We just keep, having those timeless conversations, pick up a thing or two, learn.
A friend of mine calls substance in social situations the social lubricant. Which I think is, Karan, this is you. True. Incredible. Social lubricant. And you said that and my mind was all over the place. Which it is. Alcohol, smoking, anything, It just, you get together with people and
brings all together. But not you need any introduction, so why don't you tell these guys who you are, Mr. Local Celebrity from the Bur XG.
Bur XG, the freaking gully boy.
Who needs so much XB, bro? Come to Al Race, bro. Race ka Raja, let's fucking go.
So hi guys, I'm Ricky. Social media is rolling with Ricky. So about usernames. So my username before was Ricky S11. Now this was back in the day because this is when I made Snapchat and Instagram, right? And there was no username with Ricky Singh because it was taken. Yeah. Some prick already had it. So I was stuck with Ricky S11. And I was like, dude, this makes no sense because people thought it was Ricky's 11. So I was like, fuck yourself. So I made it _Ricky Singh.
Mm-hmm.
So then whenever people would ask me what's your username? They add on Instagram, I'll be like, it's _Ricky Singh. And anytime I said it, I cringed because of how pretentious it sounds. I am the Ricky Singh. So I was like, no, fuck this. So I changed it to Rolling with Ricky because I just felt like it matched my existence, the way I am. Because I feel like my
super recent, yeah.
Yeah. It was. I did this 2 months ago, literally. Because I feel like my Instagram page is not just one thing. You won't just find acting or pictures or singing or it's comedy. It's like a trip. It's you're rolling. That's why we're rolling with Ricky, which I feel it's true to me. And now when I say it, I say it with pride.
Yeah, 100%. As long as you feel that sense of identity with it, and that's a cool thing. It was just, when I had that call with Vishal, and he was just like, oh, rolling with Ricky.
Yeah,
people know I was rolling with Ricky. Holy shit, dude, that actually catches on. That's
rather than someone noticing me as, oh, that's the Ricky Singh.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's rolling with Ricky. And I'll be like, yo, roll with me.
You've got to tell this to your conversations, Ricky. That's not Jack's name.
Oh shit, we went deep. Right, I didn't. You got some loaded questions.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm better than Adam Goswami when it comes to tearing people up on the fucking camera, bro. Let's.
Okay. So my real name is actually Prabjeet Singh.
Sexy as fuck, bro.
I do not have a problem people call me Prabjeet. Call me Prabjeet, But the thing is, so where I come from, Punjab, we have a very hardcore Punjabi name Gurpreet, Harpreet, and then we have Goldie, Monty.
You have the most ridiculous nickname. Oh my god, my friends and I used to make that exact. You just call anyone anything. Yeah, this will demolish you, your culture, your naming conventions, everything. And it must sting when a Madrasi does that. See, it's okay when others do it. The moment a South Indian does it,
The audacity. The audacities.
you can't
For
do that.
Southie to be like, yo, what the fuck's up with your name? Bro, don't be starting your Rangavesh. Don't even.
Yo, people trip, bro. My dad's name is Tiruvalangadu Vedagiri Tarakeshwar.
You
Bro,
know, you're
that's
taking the place.
that's
Is it actually?
those. Yeah, I'm not joking. That's so Tiruvalangadu is the name of the village.
My boy Tiru was good.
Tiru.
Tiru on the other
So,
side.
Like, I do think that's where it ends, where people just have like straight up ridiculous names. It's fucking annoying.
And
At least Punjabis do it the cool way. Like, you have a name,
But then
and
we
you
also
guys
make
have
it
a
easy.
cool, yeah.
That's a very
Like
that's
Ricky, curtain, water bottle, anything. Like,
Curtain, yeah, sure.
and so
Yeah, so I had Prabjeet. I also like, people can call me Prabjeet, like, please call me Prabjeet. I love it.
do they?
But then there are people that, so I went to Dubai in private school, right? So people who know me from there know me as Prabjeet. Then when I moved to Wellington, that's when I was like, okay, now like these white people are gonna be like Prab. By the time they say my name, the class is over. So I might as well just be like, yo, call me Ricky. It's easier.
So you came up with it. It wasn't
No, so Ricky, I've been called by my family since
Okay.
I was born.
Okay.
So my dad, so like, because when we were coming up with the nickname phase, my sisters and my family, so they were thinking like, what should we call him? What should we call this thing? Like, yeah. So one day my dad just like bust the door open, rays of like light shining behind him, shat, like you see a silhouette of my dad, he's like, Ricky. And it just stuck since then. So then, and that's when Ricky came, and yeah, and then I've just gone by Ricky ever since I moved from Dubai Gem to Wellington. And it was just easier, and I feel like it just matches the personality. I don't think I look like a Prabjeet. Although I did wear a turban, by the way. Did you know that?
No.
I used to wear a turban when I was younger. I cut it when I was like 7, 8.
Were there any repercussions, or was it like a family approved?
It was
thing?
family
Like, how did
approved. My dad cut his hair, I cut mine.
Okay.
And it was just so much easier to Dubai heat,
Oh.
long hair. Like, this is paining me in the ass, so I could only imagine wearing a turban now.
I can confidently call you like a personality, at least within a certain demographic and an age in Dubai, right? You've got mad reach, and I can say with confidence that a good amount of people like probably look up to you and whatnot. So
When the Shigan gets me like really like blushy.
when
Thank you.
so when that happens and you feel that pressure that okay, we might have to comment on certain social issues, how do you play around that?
So dude, the thing is, my social media from the very start, I was very worried that I didn't want to make it about social issues. Not because I didn't believe in them, but because, with everything going on, I feel like you do need a break to just like forget things and just be reminded of like the funny things, just to, like a bit of comic relief. And just like a little bit of like your own space where you just get to forget the world. That's what I wanted my social media to be.
Okay.
Where people can just enjoy, forget about their tough times, watch a stupid comedy skit or stupid like a dance thing. But then there are certain situations where it's like I personally feel like I can't be quiet about this.
Okay.
Like for instance, obviously the Black Lives Matter movement.
Of course, yeah.
That was a whole situation, right? And for me personally, what I thought was more helpful than just telling people that racism is bad. Like it's like saying like oxygen we need. You don't. What I thought was more helpful was sharing. Charities that people can send out to.
Yeah.
So my way of exactly, businesses that people can, provide money to or like help towards. So that's what my understanding was, rather than like the general like like racism is bad, this, which people should do. But I just thought that me just saying it is just another voice. So,
yeah, you don't want to say the same thing.
Exactly.
Like,
I feel like then people start filtering out a lot of it. It's like, they come in it, chill next. They come in it, chill next. When it's like you give them,
correct.
Rather than reminding them of the problem, give them a solution. That's what I personally think.
Right.
So that's my form of like, commenting on social issues.
Okay.
That's what I believe in. But again, everyone's social media is to themselves, and I feel like it's interesting you bring this up because this is such a I'm thinking 10 times before I'm even speaking right now because it's just so scary to talk about.
Smallest thing that you say.
One word out of place and I'm done. I'm screwed for it. Which has happened to this one dancer I follow. I don't know if I want to stake his name.
Yeah, don't take the name, but what happened?
So basically, but he was also an idiot.
Okay.
He straight up was like, no, I don't believe in this movement. He like yeah.
Okay.
So he was an absolute idiot for that. But it's like that taught me, it's like, yo, you need to be very careful about what you say. And that's another reason why I'm so worried about sharing social media, like social issues things. Because let's say I share about something and I don't share about something else, and people are like, oh, why don't you talk about this? Or if I share it, then they're like, no, this is wrong. How dare you give us wrong information? It's like, dude, I'm trying. Like, I'm learning. I'm human.
Exactly.
I'm really trying my bit here. if I'm gonna get shat on regardless of what I do, like I just don't know how to exist on social media.
I think that's like the whole thing where people chase perfectionism and think that, you know, just because someone has a certain platform, they directly assume that they're perfect and that those are their views, while they don't understand it. Just like them, your views are subject to change too. You can believe in one thing now, but as long as you have the maturity and the brains to understand that, hey, you might be completely wrong about this and that's okay. And as long as you change that, that's what matters. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And people can't get that. Like, for example, you know, I don't remember exact instances, but like, celebrities have said some dumb shit like in the past, right? And people still hold on to it like from 15 years ago. And you're just like, and they've changed their stance, and that's what matters, right? It doesn't matter what you were, what matters is what you are. Like, have you learned from your past? And like,
we're human.
They give anyone well known, like whether it's an influencer or whether it's an actor, they just shred them because that's the only satisfaction they can get. Like, you know, because you're the culture. Because you've never had the balls to go ahead and do shit with your own life. You didn't have the balls to take risks, to do things that these guys have.
So let's get clout from bringing this person out to look woke. This whole woke idea, this whole cancel culture, dude, it's cancer to social media. And it's just so worrying for anyone that puts out, I hate the word content, but content. And more than anything, dude, even if your views change like about certain things, it's more about like, do you think you're eloquent enough to express how you exactly feel? Because a lot of times people have the right feeling, but they're just not able to express it correctly. And when they express the little way that they know how to, they're butchered. And it's like, no, dude, that's not what I meant. But I say, oh, you said it. You know that, I could go on and on about this, dude. It's, because there are times where I just sit down, and my dad also, dude, because he sees how active I am on social media. He's like, Ricky, you need to be careful about what you say and what you put out, because you could put something so silly right now, like the dumbest thing, you know? 5 years down the line, when you reach somewhere, people are gonna grab onto your legs and pull you down.
It's like the kind of shit like people tweet and then like just bring that up like 5 years later.
It's
like, I still don't get it. I don't get why people are demonized over tweet. Like, shit, I read this recently. I don't know why my brain's not working, but like someone.
It's because it's fucking like almost 12 a.m. I'm a prick. I came really late. I apologize to Nikhil on this public platform.
See, thankfully I'm not big enough yet for me to fucking penalize.
Yes, I like that. I like that. Choose the word yet. I like it.
Yes, hopefully, man. We get it. Will be like
soon coming.
Yeah, I don't want to be the next Joe Rogan, but let's be the first calling NIRVANA. You know, it's just. You don't want towards that 50 views at a time, like just.
Of course, that like slow and steady rather than like buying followers.
Oh fuck.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
that's a whole topic in itself.
That's all. Take some names, but yo.
I know.
So this shit happened recently, and I'm gonna try and make this story as engaging with that. Alright, so I'm at this.
We'll give names like once the camera's off.
Yeah. so like there's this dude, right? So-called influencer. Dude's got like 70k followers, and then I met him at this like pet store. Yeah, and this is like just a story about how people with some degree of influence act like absolute pricks when they don't understand that, you know, like it's every time I see people like that, it makes me appreciate you a lot more for the simple reason that you've. Like when I see how humble you are with things, like you don't let that get you. Like I've seen people with, you know, maybe half the influence that you have who act like they've got, you know, solid sticks up their asses. Like, yo, 2.5k followers do not fucking make you big, fam. Tone it down. Your followers don't like, and you know this dude, I met him at that pet store, right? And I was like, yo, I can't even name his dog. And the conversation started, like we just started talking, and he's like, this guy's name is His Excellency X. And I was like, is he just taking your case with His Excellency? He's like, no, he's an actual UN Goodwill Ambassador, yeah. And I saw him and I saw his Instagram feed, like he just takes pictures with celebrities like a fanboy. You know that people take pictures with celebrities like they're equals, like, you know, like, and this dude like with like 70k followers acts like he's a shit, like goes with the most reputed guys and just go like, hey look, I'm like a fanboy, right? And then I just saw something, I'm like, yo, you know what, really, this dude would be pretty cool to get on the podcast. Yeah, let's just talk to him, right? Like he's got some reach, you know, and maybe you could, you know, shed some light on what I could do. Maybe we could help each other out. So I get on a call with this guy, right? And I'm just like, yo, listen, you know, I do this, and obviously you're a big guy, but like, is there anything that I can help you with? You know, like I just want to sit down and talk to you, what projects you have, and is there anything that I can, obviously you're way bigger than I am, right? I understand that, like, there are a lot of times in your life where you're going to be providing opportunities for others with where you get minimal gain. That's the way life works. Dude has the fucking audacity to respond with, dude, trust me, I'm in a very good place in my life. I don't need you. I've got a lot of money. I've got more money than you, the other guy I'm on the call with. I've got more money than all of you put together. I don't need you for anything. I've got an excellent network. Like, trust me, I'm fine. And I was just like, oh, well, shit, bro. Like, all I wanted to ask was, if we can, like, link up and shit. But, like, alright, if that's how you're going to treat people, and you're supposed to be a fucking UN ambassador, you can kiss my ass, bro. Like, it was, like, can you imagine people doing that? Like, that's how certain people are.
Oh my god.
Like, I'll show you his guest profile once we get off air.
Yeah. Bro, if you're seeing this dude eat shit, what?
And also, funnily enough, that dude followed me. I just didn't follow him. I didn't follow him back. And then
he unfollowed you?
And he unfollowed me. I was like, chalo,
people who do that is a whole different topic as well.
And speaking of followers, like, that dude had, like, you know how we talked about he has a huge network?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the dude had, like, we ran him through, like, I think he had, like, 85% fake followers. 85%. Like, compared to, like, even if you run people out, like, Puneet and stuff, like, that guy's got legitimate followers, bro. Like, and that speaks volumes. You've got, like, 10, 11K who genuinely follow.
Puneet, big fan. Just gonna put that out there.
Like, all your
I message him all the time saying big fan. He thinks I'm just like pulling his legs. I don't think he takes me seriously because I'm like, dude, I'm your biggest fan. Like, I love your videos. Puneet.
Next guest on the podcast, bro. Come on, if you feel like you can spare some time, bro, we'd love to have you. The guy's impressions.
Arnab Goswami.
Yo.
The nation wants to know. Bro, he's too good.
Like, and people don't realize it, dude. Like, I know we'll go on a little bit of a Puneet fanboy thing here, but like, I love that guy's Sindhi uncle.
He's so humble.
That Sindhi uncle thing of his. Dude,
he's incredible.
Sometimes I look at people in certain places and I'm like, how... Man, I just wish this guy gets somewhere. Like, that's all I wish for the guy. Like, I want a guy who's been through that grind in Dubai, who's come up from there, humble beginnings to solid make it, man.
And dude, the guy is a gem. A gem, man. I'll be like, bro, I'm your fan. He's like, sir, I'm your fan. Bro, literally, like, kiss my ass. Like, please don't let me kiss your ass. But dude, such a great guy. So much love and respect for him, man. I really, really like him.
So speaking of all, like, acting and getting into that, take us back to your journey. Where did you start? Like, how did it come through?
Okay. So, acting happened when I moved to Wellington, when I became Ricky. So what happened was we had a drama teacher and we had a new one because the older one left. So this new substitute teacher comes in, first day of classes, and it's drama. I never took it seriously. I was just like, yo, this is my fun class, right? So we're in drama, like she gave us some exercises to do and I'm doing it like wholeheartedly because I'm enjoying it. Like it wasn't class for me, it was like a free period, right? I'm doing the work but I'm having fun. At the end of it, she grabs me and she's like, hey, listen, have you auditioned for the school play? I was like, no. She's like, you should. I was like, no. And she's like, just try it out. I was like, no, it's not my vibe. It was Aladdin.
Oh, shit.
Aladdin. Okay. So she's like, just audition for it. I was like, I was very like, acting like a diva for some reason. I was like, no, it's not me. It's not my vibes. I don't know. And then she's like, just try it out. I was like, fine. So the next day, went for audition. Got the main part. Got Aladdin. Now, this was a pretty sick deal because firstly, I was new. Secondly, this was only my second year in the school. The first year, I was no one, right?
Was it your final year as well?
No. This was like year 9, bro.
Oh shit, okay.
This was year 9.
Cool.
So then, audition, got the main part, and we had months of rehearsal, obviously. And Wellington is very, very particular about their school plays. Like, the productions are good, right? And they invest quite a bit of money as well. So it was audition, got the part, Aladdin, played it. It ran for 3 days. Dude, within those 3 days, the number of people that would come up to me and be like, dude, that was amazing. And throughout the whole rehearsal period and performing it, I remember after I finished that performance, I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. Like, this is my calling. And then, funnily, a couple of weeks, whilst I was rehearsing for Aladdin, also like popularity went boom. My god, dude, I had kids coming asking me for autographs.
No way.
Kids, white kids, not brown kids, white kids coming up to me like,
oh
can I get your autograph? And I was like, you know what? Like, yo, thank you for that. Yeah, sure. Like my brown brother coming up to me, it's like, haan chal bhai bhai. But a white person coming to me, it's like, dude, you don't know me. That's sick.
Shit.
So,
dude, that's mad.
And then during the rehearsals, I remember a good friend of mine. Her name is Priyanka, and we were just sat and we were talking about universities. And I told her, I was like, dude, NYU is my dream school because, Ranbir Kapoor went to one of the institutes that's
Okay.
affiliated with
Okay.
with Strasbourg Institute.
Okay.
Is affiliated with NYU,
Mhm.
which I went to as well. So I went to
Okay.
Strasbourg Institute.
Oh, okay.
So I'll tell you about the whole NYU study
Okay,
system.
yeah.
So that was my dream school, and I forgot about that. I said that. Couple of years down the line, I get into NYU, and my friend messages me saying, "Ricky, you remember you told me about this dream that you wanted to get in NYU?" And I was
Yeah.
like,
So it's
"Oh
like,
my god, law of attraction."
yeah, fuck that. Actually, imagine like you don't have dreams, you have premonitions. It's like
Yeah, manifesting all
bro,
that.
like,
So
it's fucking mad.
that's how acting started, and after Aladdin, that just stuck, man. And I felt like this is it, and there was no looking back. So it was literally because of that teacher, and Wellington, who I'm in touch with both.
Really?
Yeah. I'm in
Oh.
touch with that teacher. I told her I graduated from NYU. I told her like my whole process with NYU. Any chance I get, I go and see her, and any chance I get to go to Wellington, I go.
That's
Because
nice,
I
dude.
love that
Like,
school.
you've got to have that.
You gotta
It's
stick to
good
your
to
roots.
have that. You have that ability to go back and talk and to acknowledge the fact that without them they wouldn't be you, and like
100%.
and it makes them want to do their thing better as well. Like,
Exactly,
Yeah, shit.
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
are there any other people who do the same, or like were you like that star student from that batch? Were there other people that came through as well?
So there were other people that were really into performing. I know one of the girls, she actually pursued, like, she didn't go to university, she went into like musical theater, like more into that.
Mhm.
But the others, not really. They didn't really.
They just diversified it. with
Yeah,
other
into their
things.
own street, law, or freaking engineering, accounting.
Mhm.
Not a lot of people, no one that I know actually stuck with acting. So
You
yeah.
need to get into that niche too. Like, you need to have balls to like actually stick through it. Because a lot
Yeah.
of people, like including me, we had to take that safety option, right? Like
Mm.
my parents insisted that I do something that we a fallback on.
Exactly.
And I had to
get
deal with the
that.
whole thing where people like, this guy's doing engineering for time pass, and I'm like, yeah, to be honest, I actually just am like, I don't really
But
intend
at
to
least
do
you
it.
have that now. At least you have that security.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like if I hadn't done that, I think for me it was the other way, right? If I hadn't like disliked what I was doing,
Mhm.
I don't think I would have found what I love. Doing what I- So it's just like a slightly different
100%.
way, but you still find your calling.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
So okay, apart from you went to NYU, so how come you wanted to come back to your roots in India? Like you've got everything to make it in the US as well.
Thanks, man.
Like,
I get very
you get that, you
awkward.
get that,
I really
you
get very
got
awkward.
that accent, you've got the vibe, you've got everything rolling for you. See, the problem is, the reason why I can't make it is because I talk like this. But
Dude, are you stupid?
bro?
Your accent's very, very fine.
Bro,
I'm
trust-
not even saying this like suck your dick. I'm doing that like dead ass. Like,
Bro,
your
there's like
accent's
three
fine.
people that made it over there. And on speaking of accents, there was like this huge debate, right? So like Dakshey isn't here, there was the guy who would chime into this.
Okay.
So and it all comes back to like a weird sense of belonging because I don't have one.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Chennai, I was raised in Dubai, I went to like both of us, we both
But
like,
I was born here though.
Right,
so-
like, no, but at the end of the day, we were both raised in Dubai.
Yeah,
we spent our life
exactly.
growing up
Exactly.
here. But the issue with that is, you don't have. I barely go to Chennai, and I go to Bangalore a lot more. So
I go to Bombay more than I go to
to
Punjab.
Punjab, right?
Exactly.
So you're like, okay, where am I actually from,
What
right?
do I call home? Yes. Yes,
And-
I've thought of this as well.
And when you're on that phase, you can barely speak. You can speak Hindi,
Mm.
which is completely broken.
Mm.
They have a funny story with that. Then you can speak very broken Tamil, right? And Tamil, it's so insulting to the point because at work, when I've spoken to it's a Tamilian office.
Right.
I'm talking to all these guys in Tamil. They're like, "What part of Kerala are you from?" That basically means your Tamil is so bad. You sound like a Mongol."
yeah.
And I was just like, like, so we're talking about this whole sense of identity, and Dakshey was like, yo, how are we going to, reach out to a more international audience,
Mhm.
right? How are we going to break markets maybe in the UK or in the US?
Mhm.
And one of the guys who was listening, I forgot what his name was. I'm going to get your name, bro. Like, fuck, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what the guy's name was, but the
Come,
dude
come.
went like, oh, I keep trying to listen to your podcast, but that guy's accent is so funny that it cracks me up. I'm like, no hate, that's fine. But then it got into this whole thing, like, do Western audiences, tune in to people who talk the way I do? Not, and it's not like I sound super rock.
Oh,
No, my name is
yeah,
Nikhil. Like,
yeah, you don't
it's
like
not-
Apu from fucking Simpsons.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and I know I speak normally and I've got a decent command, but we have the whole thing. So how did it affect you? Like, you'd see people coming in from different parts
Mhm.
and trying their hand at entertainment in the West,
Mhm.
right? So what role did an accent play there? And like, is that
Dude, so
an identity in general.
So, dude, honestly, moving to Wellington, that was taken care of because I'm gonna be completely honest. Before moving to Wellington, my accent was very different. It was a lot more Indian.
Yeah.
100%. Moved to Wellington, saw many more white people, and I was like, yo, accent, of course, will tweak a
100%.
bit. Yeah, it does.
You can't
Humans.
help it, bro.
And that happened. And then as I went on with Wellington, my accent started to become a bit more Americanized.
Okay.
Then moved to desk, filled with white people.
What's desk?
Dubai English Speaking College.
How many schools did
So
you
I
do?
went to 3. I went to desk to do A levels
Okay.
because I didn't want to do IB. Because so I went to desk literally just to do A levels, and 90% of the population is British. Well, when I was there.
Yeah.
So, you know, my accent just stuck. You know, like the whole American / like slip in a British.
Yeah.
Then, so when I moved, by the time I moved to NYU, it was very like understandable, my accent. So people never had an issue with understanding me.
Exactly.
So
I don't think they could ever tell that you're foreign as such. Like if you told someone that you lived in New York, they're like, yeah, fuck it.
The thing is,
people,
so
right?
I think people, by my mannerisms and by the way I dressed, people are like, you're not from here.
Oh yeah, that's because, not gonna lie, bro, Americans dress way
Petty.
more differently.
Petty.
Bro, you know when I was there, right?
They dress petty.
Dude, they'd go like this, like to a bar, and I was like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm in Dubai, you're so used to this fuck. And honestly, it's not an American thing, it's actually Dubai where you're raised to be, you know, just-
Polished and like groomed.
Yeah, because like,
No,
because
100%.
social insecurities, right? If you don't wear like matching tie, like you know, you don't have a matching belt to your watch, or if you're not
You're
wearing
you're-
those loafers, and
You're dead in social.
exactly, people be like, yeah,
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 and
exactly.
you go to the US and you dress like this and you still don't pull any because the American dude doesn't give two fucks. But the guy woke up, he threw on one shirt, he came and he
Exactly.
pulled 3 girls just sitting there with your hands around your dick like, bro, what I wore this
And I'm
for?
just there like, what the fuck was I doing wrong? Like, sorry for trying, you fucks. Like, what? No, 100%. So it was just by my dressing, people thought that I wasn't from there, and they'd be like, okay, I'd be like, I'm from Dubai, and then it's like, oh my god,
Dubai, what a fabulous
oh my
country.
god. They would trip balls over that.
There's-
I didn't ever get the thing like, okay, no, I did get the, does everyone drive a Lambo? I got that.
Yeah.
I didn't get the, does everyone like ride on camels? I didn't get that, thankfully. But I did get my fair share of stupid things, man. Like, I remember 2 weeks into it, my roommate was like, yo, so like Dubai's in India, dude. And I looked at him like, the fuck did you just say? He's like, what? I was like, what the fuck did you just say? Dubai's in what? And then I have it on Snapchat. I have it as a saved memory.
I know, dude, you should, like,
I was
you
like,
put it up, that was
bro,
fucking hilarious, bro.
I was like, it's okay, you're stupid, I'll educate you. Dubai is in the United Arab Emirates. What's UAE, dude? I was like, bro, it's a country, it's in the Middle East. He's like, oh, okay. And dude, a lot of them think Dubai is in India. Or they think Dubai is a country. And you know, for people who we look up to, like, oh, America is the end all be all of it, you know? And then to see, like, there's so many tattoos just, like, all around, it's quite reassuring.
Yeah,
Going to America is really reassuring, bro. Because before going there, you just think that America is this, that. And then you go there and you realize it's really not. And that's why I try and tell everyone, bro.
I think the it factor there is definitely the liberalism that they're very liberal with a lot of things, and it's also
Certain
like
places.
very, of course, yeah. But I think at the end of it, the few things that I really, you know, captured from there and came back, which really molded me to the person that I was, which is, you know, your sense of being independent. Like I know people are going to be talking about it, and this is something that keeps coming up.
Nepotism.
Yeah, but I don't think it's all that fun.
I don't think it's bad. I think nepotism, dude, it's human. Like, Chal, let's see, like, you know, let's say I have someone coming up to me saying, like, you know, I need a director or a filmmaker for a certain movie. Tariq is going to be the first one that comes to my mind, right? Because you're, because I know you, you're a friend. Obviously, I'm going to help you, not the Tulu, like, on the other side.
Yeah.
But at the same time, let's say this Tulu is better than you. But I'm still gonna try and vouch for you.
Right? Like,
You know, I'm gonna go towards you. But if this guy's still gonna go with him, I'm not gonna be like, nahi chhod yaar, kya hai, kutta hai ye. That's bad. To put that
Which
other
people do,
person,
though.
huh?
Which people do.
No, exactly. That's why nepotism's bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the idea of nepotism, I feel like it's fine. I feel like it's human. Of course, you're gonna help your child to fucking like flourish in the world. Like, why wouldn't you? But then, really destroying someone else's dream just for the sake of your own child, I think that's fucked.
And you know, I was just having this conversation with one of the ADs on my set, and he was talking about how commercial films are dying down and independent films are like booming.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I'm also like so interested in
I'm so
in
happy
it in India.
Dude, the day when I found out, for me, the day I found out that like this whole Netflix thing's picking up, when I watched Sacred Games. So that was the first thing I saw from India that came out. That was like web series, right? Started the first episode, bro. Within the first 5 seconds, my jaw was to the floor. I was like, firstly, no, not even that.
That's how it started.
But just the filming of it.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, I haven't seen this sort of production even in Bollywood films.
Yeah.
And here you have a Netflix series doing this, and on top of that, we have Saif Ali Khan in a fucking turban. Like, firstly, I love Saif Ali Khan. Mad crush, big time.
Yeah.
But, and of course, Bhagwan Ko Mante Ho.
Exactly.
Like, it's great acting. Great, like everything's just working so beautifally. Like,
If someone tells you like in the first 15 seconds, capture someone and go like Bhagwan ko mante ho, Bhagwan ko lan farak nahi padta. And then it's like, okay, I'm watching the series. Like,
exactly, dude. And the funny thing is, when I watched Sacred Games, I was in Bombay.
oh shit.
So I was in Bombay whilst watching it. So I was like, oh, hey, this is like here, this is there. So it felt like I was within the series.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like, the way Netflix is going, the way Amazon Prime, like these web series things, dude. I want to be on that.
Have you heard of this guy called Jitendra Kumar? He came in Shubmangal's Yada Satan.
Okay.
Like, if you're interested in this, you just check out some of the shit that other people do. You should check out The Viral Fever. It's a channel on YouTube.
Okay. I feel like I've heard of that.
Go home. They made this series called Pitchers and Tripling, and they've taken all these upcoming guys, right? And it's one of the reasons why I love that sort of independent production. Like none of the nepotism shit. Like, you know, they do a lot of sponsor or brand integration within the thing.
Okay.
Like, but the false there'll be like a 10-15 sequence like Mera Hero Honda motor mein ja raha.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
Shit like that. Yeah. But honestly, as a consumer, I'm okay with it because the content is so fresh, nice, it fits you well, and you know they really remove the stigma around a lot of things. And I know I'm a little biased towards cannabis, but like, you know, they talk about it like it's normal. They add those elements in.
They make it human.
Like, yeah. You know, like they don't just show, you know, guys who smoke up as hippies. I think more than that, like, you know, even one thing that captured another conversation I was having with someone, that nudity in Bollywood. And in Sacred Games, that woman who played Subhadra, when they showed her nude, like
the Kubra
Gaitonde's wife. Not Kubra Seth, was Kuku.
Kuku, yeah, sorry.
So I'm saying Subhadra was that woman who Gaitonde married and she died in the first season. And they showed like scenes of her being naked and stuff, right? And something I really liked about that element was she was not just...
It was aesthetically pleasing. You dog?
No, I was going to say that it wasn't super aesthetically pleasing. Like they didn't put someone who's got like...
a model.
Yeah, like, you know, she wasn't like the perfect chick you want to see naked, like, you know. And that's what I think, as fucked as it sounds like, I think that's okay. It's time people start portraying
humans,
normalcy, you know. You don't naked scenes of a guy doesn't have to be a guy packed with abs to just be a normal guy, you know. And sometimes I feel that nudity as a concept is lost on a lot of Indians. Like me, for example, right? I see tits or I see a dick, I'm actually like unfazed by it. Like, I've seen a guy naked, I've seen dick, and I'm like, cool, it's a dick. Like, who gives a fuck?
Oh, the other people like bro, just look down.
Exactly.
Like,
and you know, in terms of shaming, in terms of, because like obviously what, like, and that's the other problem, right? A lot of people get their idea of nudity from porn, right? And that's completely not true. You know, that's not like...
That's not how life shit goes down.
Bro, I tried that reverse cowgirl. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't, bro. Certain things just...
And like, at least India's, you know, they're venturing into that where they're trying to break certain mindsets. And, you know, that's definitely the thing that you want to be a part of. Because that's what I want to come on the big screen with that Pelaj, Nilani, that mother... Who's that guy that... Some Chudu guy who sits at the censor board who doesn't let all these things go.
Oh my god. I know shit about censor board. I don't know who's in charge. If I find out, I will actually have to like personally like, chat with him. Like, hey, please stop. I'm getting upset. Thank you. End call.
So yeah, they're like, how do you know, at least do you have like friends, people who can pull through for you in the industry? Do you have any?
No, I don't. I actually don't.
They're just gonna like jump in on them and like cover in network.
That's it. That's literally the plan. And that's why I've been so like horny on my social media. Is by horny I mean like so active on it. Is because, dude, I've been networking a lot more through my social media than I ever did before. So I feel like social media, dude, it's a blessing in so many ways. Obviously, it's a curse too. But that's why I'm trying to build my social media so much before I go to Bombay that hopefully someone hits me up saying, hey, listen, like I'm an assistant director, I'm a production thingy, like, you know, you're promising, like, do you want to come for this audition? And dude, shit like this has happened. Like, I have auditioned for things that I haven't known, like from people I don't know, but they randomly messaged me through my Instagram.
No way.
So that's why I'm so like trying to build on this. And dude, the prime example when I think of killing social media is Nidhi Kumar. Like watching her is inspiring as fuck to me. Nidhi Kumar, I love you. So
Nidhi Kumar, I don't know you, but like shit, I've heard about your dancing.
Of
like,
course
that's
you
the
have.
impact,
Of
right?
course
like,
you
I don't
have.
even know
She
you, but
has
like,
126k followers.
like you
If
just
not,
you know who she is.
She's on 151
like,
or something actually. What am I saying? She's incredible. She so like watching her, the way she's like grinds on her Instagram, and the opportunity she's been getting. Dude, she was on like some crime patrol, like
oh really?
Yeah, when she was in Bombay, she was on a crime patrol episode, and from what I saw, it was sick.
It's exposure, dude.
Exactly, dude,
Yeah.
and that's all through her social media.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to build this. So hopefully I can get a connection. As of right now, fuck
So
off.
have you had people like slide into your DMs? Like you've done like have you like sent out tapes by people who've like slid into your DMs and asked you to audition for shit?
Yeah. I've sent. Like, it's either like maybe I'm not available for that thing itself,
Okay.
but I have gained a lot of like, or people with like a lot of followers who are well known in Bombay. I'm friend. Like now we talk.
Ah,
You know,
shit, yeah.
and it's like someone will be like, dude, how do you know this guy? It's like, bro, through social media, and that this guy has done so many projects in India,
Yeah.
and I'm building a connection with him, and
Right.
he's watching my stuff, and he's like, yo, this guy's actually like onto something here, you know. So just building off of that, and that's my goal right now, dude. Just building social media, and hopefully just clicks into place. And I genuinely feel like if you keep running after something, like after a point, even your dream gets tired, and it's like, okay, lay bhai. So that's the goal, bro. Just like grind at it, and hopefully fucking attain
This
it at
comes
some
to you.
point. That's the dream.
Speaking of like social media and stuff, right? The other key thing that like I've been trying to always learn about is personal branding and
Yeah.
and building your own brand,
Yeah.
right? And I've seen you do some really fun shit. Like you've done these sport photo shoots, like you've done collaborations with brands and stuff. Like, so what has been your agenda to it in terms of even in like followers? Like when did it start getting crazy? Like when did those numbers start to rack up? Was it slow? Did you also experience that slow growth at first, and then
When did it start? Dude, honestly, it actually started years ago on my Instagram. So I think this is a very small instance, but this is when I first felt like, holy shit, like what the hell's going on? When I first joined Instagram, 2013, I posted like 4 pictures, and this was just for myself because Instagram had these filters that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, it's so cool.
This is sick. So I would just post and I'd do it. And then my friend, I don't know, somehow she got a hold of my account. She realized that I had like an Instagram account. So I think she told a few people. I gained 50 followers from that, right? This is just at the start.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like this was the very, very first instance where like a little bit of growth I got. Then I think it all really went up when I did a video with Nidhi. I did a video with Nidhi Kumar. I did a Quab Dekhe with her. A dance,
I think I remember
dance
this.
card.
I remember this. Yeah.
That's when my followers went boom. And then there was after Quab Dekhe, after filming Quab Dekhe, literally that day, me and Nidhi were sat, we were having McDonald's, right? And she's like, so Ricky, what are you doing now? I was like, I'm on summer break. She's like, yeah, so what are you doing with like your social media and stuff? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, Ricky, you're in New York and you're doing, she's literally like, she gave it to me on my face. She's like, Ricky, you're doing fuck all with your social media. I was like, huh? She's like, Ricky, you have so many opportunities in New York. Why aren't you taking advantage of it? And this is coming from a girl who's active on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, fucking Snapchat, everywhere. And that conversation, like, firstly it hit my ego. But then I thought about it, I was like, dude, no, she's fucking right. Like, what am I doing? Like, if I want to get into this field, I need to start posting more. So that's when I was like, okay, I need to start posting a bit more regularly. And then I posted this one dance video that I did in a workshop in America, in New York. That video got like hella views, hella likes, and like people started sharing it. And I was like, fuck, this is nuts. And I think that's when it all started. Like, I was like, yo, I need to make this a bit more of a priority, which is what I'm doing. But dude, now I've come to a point where it's like, I'll post something and instead of gaining followers, I lose.
What?
I don't know. It's crazy.
How?
Every time I post, I lose at least 5 followers, which I think is hilarious. But I don't know how it's like people.
So
it's like every time I post, people are reminded, "Bhai, ye to chutiya hai." So it's like unfollow karo. I don't understand, bro. But it's a patient game. It's a slow
Yeah.
game. Slow followers is better, but it's very frustrating. Very, especially with the new Instagram algorithm,
Which
because
is, like,
they basically want you to pay for like to show up on the explore pages.
oh, okay.
You know, the whole Instagram advertising. Before, my videos used to pop up on the explore pages,
Right.
and that's dude. My friend from America, I popped up on her mom's explore page.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit. Okay.
So now that's not the case. Now I feel like you have to buy, like, do advertisements and all.
Instagram ads.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
no.
So this algorithm is really fucking
Does it
me
make you feel a little cringy when you have to do that? Like, would you like pay for Instagram
up.
ads? But still, like, boost your own
It
brand,
does,
right?
definitely, but I just want to be able to say like मैंने खुद के दम पे किया, you know, like I gain the followers through like them watching me rather than me like going on to them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's a weird. I don't know how to
Like,
explain.
I don't know, it doesn't, like, you don't have to feel that bad about it, right?
I
Like,
know,
it's
I
not
completely
like-
agree, but I just want to see where it goes. I don't know. I'm in no hurry. Like I'm fine with however I'm going. Like even though I have like just 5,000 followers.
Just.
No.
Like,
This, I was just
chilling
gonna,
at 600 somewhere. Dude. This
I was
guy,
just gonna get onto
he's
this.
all have 5.
Now see, I have 5,000 followers. Now, to some people that's like wow, but to some people it's like fuck all. Like Nidhi will look at me like poo. Puneet will look at me like poo.
Nah, dude, I think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, you know, more than, like, you know, followers has, like, I mean, I'm so, like, on the fence about it, right? Because, one, for chronic, like, every time I go to YouTube, I check shit out and go, like, you know, oh my god, I've only, like, reached out to 50 people. But, like, on Instagram, those same videos get, like, you know, 300, like, 600 views. Like, there's some reach
Yeah.
on it, right? And, at some point, I'm like, you know what I'm doing is genuine, but is there, like, a thing that you do where you promote more people? Because, at the end of the day, right, like, it's not just what you do, it's about who you collaborate with. It's about popping up on people's radars, right? And it's a very simple fact in life, like, okay, what can you do for them? Like,
Yeah.
for example, like, I can walk into a place and tell them that, look, I can film shit, I can edit things, I'm creative, and here's what I've done,
Mhm.
right? But at the end of the day, they'd be like, well, what's your fucking reach? What's the point? Like,
Why
how
should I
people-
work with you?
Yeah, like, how many people are going to know? And then I'm
Yeah.
like, shit, that's why followers make. And, you know, there's more than followers, there's engagement rate, like, you know.
Yeah.
And which is the, you know, that dude I told you about, like, there are these guys with like 100k
Yeah.
followers who get like 800 likes.
That's what I was gonna get
And
at
I
as
was
well.
like, mm.
So like even that's what I was saying. Like even with my 5,000 followers, like I am very happy with my engagement.
Mhm.
Like even with those number of followers, like I see people with like 10k, 12k, 15k followers
Mhm.
with half the likes I get.
Yeah.
This isn't me being like cocky or
Yeah.
pompous. Like this is me being genuine. Like so that's why I am happy with where I'm at.
It pops in my head so much because, like, you know, every time I see, like, for whatever reason, bro, like, the reason why I vibe with you hard is because at some level I feel like, bro, we both have this same level of energy at places, because I go to places and they're like, dude, why the fuck are you so hyper? And anytime, like,
Yes.
like anytime, like, it just comes into conversation, like, you know, we talk about, like, maybe a dancer, I remember, they're like, yeah, Ricky's just so fucking hyper, and I'm just like, I think this is why, like, you know, you're just, like, in the same, I don't know, like, I just feel like wherever you go, I just feel like I have to bring that fucking vibe to that place, right? You're just like, this place is dull without me, I'm just gonna fucking light it up. Fuck what you think. If you think you're having a good time, it ain't a good time, so I'm here.
You don't let
And
the day. And it's not just about attention seeking. It's more like, dude, I'm here for a good time. Like let's have a good time. Let's vibe.
And you project that on people.
Exactly,
like,
dude. And like, I feel like a lot of people nowadays are very like, no, bro, ego. Like, why should I like break barriers and like
Yeah.
socialize with these people I don't know? Like, bro,
Yeah, oh my.
like that. You know, that's the thing. And as soon as someone does that, it's like, bro, he's so attention seeking. Like people are gonna. Does that happen to you? Do people call you attention seeking? I get that a lot. I get that all the time.
Yeah. They're just like, okay, why do you have to be loud, right? Because, like, so my friend tells this to me in a positive way. They're like, you know, see, if you're in a room, people are going to know that you're
You're
in the
there,
room. Like, people
yeah.
have told me this, right? And I was like, that's fine. And on the other
But
hand,
what's
like,
more
why do you
alpha
have
than
to
that?
go?
There's nothing more alpha than
Because at the end of the day, people are going to keep talking shit. Like,
dude, even, you know, this is what I always say. You do nothing, people will be like, you're a goody two shoes, you're boring.
yeah.
You do something, it's like, bhai, kya kar rahe hai? Like, you're trying too hard. No matter what you do, you're never going to be right, you're going to be shat on.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is.
Exactly.
So I could not agree more.
So, like, you know, even, like, so when you're talking about followers and whatnot, right? Like, at one point, I'm like, okay, how do I go about building more of a base? So, I'm thinking right now, so as a creator, can you share some insight, like, just for me? And maybe there's so many other content creators of
Yeah.
good stuff out there, right?
Yeah.
Now, you're averaging X views on YouTube. So, how do you go about promoting your things? Like,
Okay, now,
how do you get, like, more vision onto this? Especially YouTube, dude, because that's a pain in the ass. Like,
oh, I could have. I
how
don't
many
even know
people,
the
like,
YouTube page.
click-
dude. Okay, firstly, I realized that the power of collaborating with Nidhi, because also more than anything, dude, I feel like Nidhi wouldn't have collaborated with me if I wasn't as
good
good.
looking. But I think if you didn't have that face, you didn't have that smile, you know,
Shut up.
Look, man, I don't want to know what happened between you and Nidhi, bro. I'm just
Hey, Nidhi, I love you.
the details.
Hey, listen, I respect Nidhi. I have a lot of love and respect for Nidhi. Nidhi's like this to me, okay? But what I was saying was...
And you're just like, packing. Bro, I'm a leave.
Don't leave.
Okay.
So I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by this twat, I feel like really working on your craft more than anything. You know, Nidhi would not have worked with me if I hadn't like been a good dancer.
Sure.
So I really made sure that was something I did. Now I'm really working on being a better actor. Like being there's always room for improvement. You know, you can always keep
Always,
learning.
100%.
And dude, more than anything, again, learned this through Nidhi, consistency, bro. I think that's how you pop up on people's radar. When you, dude, so I'll tell you something funny. I met someone recently who, I met her one day, you know, like a group of us, and then I met the same girl again, like in the same group. And she like, Ricky, I need to tell you something, but like, please don't get mad. I was like, nah, hit me with your best shot, what's good? She's like, Ricky, like, I blocked you on TikTok. I was like, why? She's like, because you popped up on my For You page so many times. And everyone was laughing. And I was like, is that meant to be an insult? Like, okay, and like, what do you want me to do? And then I thought about it, and I'm like, wait, that means I have that reach.
Yeah.
I have that reach.
Yeah.
And that's because I'm posting on TikTok very often.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, fuck me. She complimented me without realizing this thing too. I was like, this is great.
How has that affected you though? Like, you know, TikTok being banned in India and in US?
Yeah.
Like, what's your outlook on that? Like, I mean, in terms of, is TikTok still a viable platform to post on? Because I've stopped.
I definitely think so. I think so, bro.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think posting on any platform is gonna harm you. You know what I mean? And if anything, the content I put on TikTok, views are on Instagram.
Right.
The content I put on Instagram, I put on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna lose anything by posting. So why not? You know?
Gary Vee talks a lot about that. Like, you know, post like twice a day. Like, you know,
I post
shit
3
out.
times a day. Yeah. Dude, I know these 2 people. There's this one guy called Rahul Rai on TikTok. Man posts 20 times a day. 20 videos a day, I counted.
No way.
20.
Okay.
There's another guy from Dubai, in fact. He posts 20 as well.
What's his name?
I cannot remember it.
Okay.
Dude, consistency. On Instagram as well. Like, just be constantly consistent. And I think we've spoken about this. Dude, just giving people something to watch. Because people have a lot of, like, people have time at the end of the night. Before they go to sleep, they are on Instagram. They're scrolling. So giving them something to watch. It could be stupid. It could be information. It could be nonsensical. It could be you, like, holding chicken like this. It could be anything. As long as you're giving people something
If I'm
on a consistent.
weird niche, you know, like any niche is a good niche at this point.
Any
right?
publicity is good publicity, as they say, right?
Exactly.
And just, I really think it's consistency more than anything.
Right.
And then hopefully even collaborating with people. And just be nice.
Yeah,
That's the
not having
biggest
that
fucking
attitude
thing.
about you,
Like, just be nice when someone like messages you. Like, message back. Like, I had someone message. Yeah, I went live on Instagram yesterday.
Yeah.
I fucking love going live. So I was live for fucking an hour. In fact, I had the time remaining bit. Instagram was like, yo, like, you have a minute, like, get the fuck out.
Shit.
It felt like back in New York, like the bouncers. But some girl messaged me, she's like, hey, I don't know if you're gonna see this, but like, I just wanna say, like, I love your videos.
Yeah.
And like, it's really like amazing what you do.
Heartwarming, bro.
It is. And I messaged her back saying, dude, this means so much to me. Like, I cannot thank you enough for going out of your way to message me this. And she's like, oh my god, I can't believe you replied. And I'm like, dude,
Oh my.
who the fuck am I? Like, why the fuck do you care about my response? But the fact that it means so much to you, like, thank you. So, dude, just being nice and just being like welcoming to people rather than being like, हाँ मैं यहाँ पे पहुँच गया हूँ, तू कौन है? You know, like that story you said.
Yeah.
Just being a fucking human being.
Like, I think that's more than anything else. I think that's the mentality that's gonna, you know, really give you an edge over like so many others in that country. So
what do you think? From what you've experienced, what do you think?
I'm not a fucking celebrity. Do I look like one?
Yeah, you definitely do look like one. You
hello,
stud.
excuse me, like
You fucking stud.
excuse me, 500 followers, like 5,000 people normally go like, you know, ye kaun hai, and then like, oh, hey, Ricky ke saath hai, wow. So they want nobody's
But, okay,
like,
so when you watch like content creators, I hate that word. But when you
thank
watch
you.
them,
That's my fucking description on Tinder.
I'm sorry.
No wonder I haven't gotten any
yeah,
ass.
dude, when you say content creator, you just sound like a fucking twat. If someone comes up to me, he's like, "Wow, I'm a content creator," I'm like, "Fuck yourself."
Bro, really?
I don't
want to change it.
Honestly, bro, it's not your fault. It's just a me thing. I'm weird.
No, I don't, like, you know, people use like different things. I'm like digital creator. pick something up. I'm just like, yeah, I'm like,
Actually, you can't even say artist, you sound like a twat as well.
and I don't want to be one of those guys like actor, director, producer, songwriter. Like, oh my god, I want to be one of those guys because I am fluid as fuck. Like, not just gender wise. I'm like, I'm just.
I like that.
I'm super like fluid about because I started shit with acting too. Like it started with acting, like musical improv, and like acted in like university at the last year of my
Then a
university.
little detour to engineering and then back on the track.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I haven't had like
Content
fan
creator.
shit. Yeah, I haven't had like fan people coming up to me, but I've definitely had like a few, like even say Adi Wagwa, who he's just like, dude, your thing inspired me to do this, or like small
How
things,
amazing
like
is
2
that?
or 3 people, like there's this other guy who I gave a shot with, and he's just like, yo man, you're doing this, like I'm like, really am not, like but I'm just glad. I'm glad, like, even from that, if out of 50 people, even one person you reach out to, and if it helps
Resonates
something,
with
like,
100%.
I think that's what matters. And, I'm just, again, like, I've been in this game like 8 months, so, like, not even 8, like,
Yeah.
so.
But when you watch other people, for example, like a Puneet, what draws you to Puneet? Just his talent? Or like, no, let's not say Puneet, because we can go on and on about his talent. But like someone like within
Personality-wise?
No. Like in the sense that when you look at someone who's really has a good following on social media, why do you personally follow them?
And that's, I think, personality above all. Like you see, like I said, you filter through it and you see how much they care about engagement. Some people are just superficial. Like that's a lot of people who are just like, well, look at me, I have so many fans. The other people like make an actual effort to say, yo, thank you, this, that. You actually see them be grateful on camera.
Exactly.
And I think that gratitude that they are humble enough to show their gratitude, and they're not like stuck up about it. Fucking game enough for me. I think that attitude says a lot.
100%.
So,
100%.
But for you now, like, how come you chose like Bollywood over Hollywood? Why?
Oh yeah, you asked me that.
Yeah, like why not like stay back?
The reason I chose to go to Bollywood over Hollywood is because, firstly, before even going to uni, my head was set. I want to go to India. I want to go to Bombay. Why? Because I feel like, see, I don't mean to sound like a cocky prick, but when I get into an industry, I'm not going there to participate. I want to go there to like conquer.
100%.
I wanna be top dog. Now with Hollywood, I feel like that's a bit more difficult. Firstly, not just with like the performance aspect, but also just the visa aspect. That's a whole situation in itself. So that's why my head was always like, I want to go back to Bombay. Also, just I've always been drawn to Bollywood films, man. Like before watching Mr. Doubtfire, I watched Chachi 420. Before watching many of these the original films, I watched the Hindi remakes. I watched, like the Hindi masala films, the music, the dancing. I enjoy that stuff, and just I relate more to the Indian audience. Fun. Maybe just because I love India. That's weird to say. Because I never
capture so many more things, right? Because people like, so we had this intense discussion with my roommate in the US where I was telling him that he's like, why do you guys have songs? Why is everything a musical? And I'm like, it's kind of, I've never given a thought, but like, it's just how it is. In the US, if you listen to music, you'd be like, oh, what album is this song from? In India, it's which movie? Like, they're not used to that concept. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not, like, I feel like, that culture has sort of been, it gets on the nerves from time to time, but again, like, movies like Lagan wouldn't be Lagan if it wasn't for the soundtrack.
Bro, like 100%.
Like, I feel like that's like a movie where like every song fit in.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. When it just comes out of nowhere, like it goes into a blackout and then song starts.
Shoda Akbar, another one, fit in perfectly. There's some movies where like
it's controversial. Yeah.
It's just like why the fuck is it there? Like you're taking away from the story.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like they don't understand. Like a lot of movies get like traction because of the songs.
Yeah.
Like that drives shit. Like people come in to see that. Like I feel like a lot of people, obviously, like you love hip hop, so you watch Gully Boy. But I feel like the moment you heard the lyrics to Apna Time Aayega, the first time I listened, my mind was blown. I'm like, this movie's got to be fucking
100%.
Like
Also, like, dude, people don't realize that the actors aren't the singers. A lot of people in America think that.
No way.
They think that, hey, do you know how to sing? I was like, no. They're like, how are you going to be an actor? I was like, chuti hai. Like, the actor isn't the singer. Like, the actor isn't the singer. They have a playback singer and the actor is lip syncing. They're like, oh, really? I was like, tu tattu hai? Sach mein tu tattu hai. So, yeah. But, no, I completely understand where you're coming from. But, dude, I don't know. I feel like just since I was younger, my sister always, like, I would always watch Hindi films with her. And also, dude, before I listened to English music, I was only into Bollywood.
Okay.
Then my Pakistani friends were like, dude, you're so Bollywood, like listen to like American music. So they introduced me to Red Hot Chili Peppers. I remember the first song I heard was
Californication?
Yes. Yes. That was the first song I heard. That was the first song I heard. And that was my first time being and this was grade 4, bro. Until grade 4, all I listened to was Bollywood. Then I started getting into blame it on the alcohol. Then I got into like all these other different artists like T-Pain, whatnot.
Yeah.
But before that, my brain was just a glossary of Bollywood.
Yeah,
so that's why I've just always been so drawn to it. And also I feel like I will really stand out over there because of the way I speak.
Right.
Because I'm not like every other person. I've had that exposure. I've lived in Dubai, so I feel like I'm not a Bombay boy.
You're gonna be that foreign kid who comes in but like dominates the
That's
whole-
right.
Like
I want to
like
dominate. Yes.
Yeah.
But it'll just be like
But you've got a different origin
energy,
story.
completely different
100%.
vibe. Like Ranveer Singh, for example, right? He has a pretty Western vibe. Like the way he dresses up sometimes,
And
the
way he
music he
talks.
listens to. You know, you can tell he has that different X factor.
Like Ranveer Singh is the one guy. Like, and what I loved was he came to inaugurate like a store in Meena Bazaar, and that guy literally looks up at like one of the houses where one auntie was in. He's like, "Auntie, मैं आपके घर आ रहा हूँ रोटी खाने के लिए." And I was like, you know, that's I would honestly do that. Like if there was a day where I had like that kind
Like
of
what you said in
following,
Madhavan, right?
like yeah, I was
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
yo, dude, come on, like, and I would actually go like because
Yeah.
that's the kind of guy I am. Like one. Even as a normal person, I'm super shameless,
Yeah.
right? I'm
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
I'm coming up with
Shameless. I
shit.
love that. I love that.
Like, I just go do it, but you know, that's how you engage with people. Like, that's
100%.
the reason why people love him. People give him a lot of shit for saying that, you know, oh my god, he's too loud. But bro, this is the reason, he's the reason, bro, he's the face of Premier League in India. He is, you know, he's the reason people listen to him talk, and even non-Indian audiences. I'm not talking Western, I'm talking about the African, it could
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
European, be French,
Yeah.
and they're like, yo, we can take this because of him.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Because you're basically globalizing Bollywood, and I hate to put this, like obviously people like Katrina Kaif did this, but they were very dumbified. I feel like Katrina Kaif would slay if given a strong independent role, but like every role she's been given so far,
She's just been
most of them
that
has
model.
been eye candy. dude.
Yeah, I candy,
And
exactly.
it sucks because like this is where that whole misogyny thing plays off, where like you know those women weren't given those roles.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think people like Vidya Balan have, like
Yeah.
they took it by strong.
Rani Mukherjee.
Rani Mukherjee, they've all taken
Yeah.
their reins and told them like you know Rani Mukherjee would have got out of production post.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Like you know, and obviously like Ranveer being a guy had that thing to add that extra you know flavor, to add that little extra factor. You know?
Yeah.
There's this other woman called Sapna Pabi who I'm mad crush on.
Okay.
Like, and she's one of them to check her out. She came in Inside Edge, and
Oh.
she came in Breathe, and
She's in Breathe?
yeah, I think she's got such amazing scope. If given, you know,
Oh, she's very attractive.
she's gorgeous, but like,
She's wow.
I'm just hoping for that Bollywood where they're all given like more,
I think it's coming. man.
Relevant
I feel
roles.
like it's coming, and I hope it comes soon.
and I want to be a part of it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I see a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
And this is when it started hitting me because, you know, towards the end of college, like towards, I think I would say like the third year of college is when I would start breaking down movies. I'd be watching things scene by scene. Like I would rewatch movies and go like, oh, this is one thing that people don't see that. Right?
Okay.
80% of people
Mm.
consume shit like
Just
one
watching
big
it.
thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is a nice angle. I like the pan over here.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
this
yeah.
zoom effect and the cut to another shot. Like,
Yeah.
I love it,
Mhm.
right? And then I start seeing smaller things and I start seeing patterns, right? And then you're like, okay, dude, just sitting in your ass and making all these criticisms, and like, you know, you keep critiquing shit. What are you doing about it? And then I was like, oh, fuck, okay, it's about time, like, you know. And to do that, it's obviously a lot harder. Like, you know, from my side of things, like, you know, I can't dance, I can't act. So, like, so I start, like, you know, trying to do shit like this where you start discussing things and you try and affect changes somewhere. Like, you know, you hopefully get
Take things into your
other
own.
insights.
100%, dude.
And
People are always behind their phone, dude. Even Nidhi, I keep referencing Nidhi. I just look up to her so much.
exactly, dude.
But Nidhi always says this, dude. She's like, you know, people always give me shit like, लेकिन तुमने क्या उखाड़ा है? Like,
Exactly.
what have you fucking
Exactly.
done that you have the audacity? You can easily sit behind a phone screen. You have that barrier to protect
Talking
you.
shit's easy, bro.
Dude, someone messaged me saying, oh, you're something stupid, like you're ugly or like you're really not funny. And I responded to the person because this person DM'd me. And they're like, oh, I didn't think you'd respond. I really like you. I was like, bro, you went 0 to 100. Like, what? So you give me shit, and then as soon as you get identified, like you get pinpointed at, then you're like, no, main to mazak kar rahi thi. Like, basic prank, bro. Like, that's, people do that shit because they have this screen to protect them behind.
Time,
you know, and they have to do fuck all. So, 100%. I know, I completely get
so
okay,
if in a before we get into improv scene, right? Like there's gonna be people who watch this who are trying to put out stuff themselves, like videos or TikToks or whatnot. Any advice on how to start? Anything that they should keep in mind? Things they should be worried about, shouldn't be worried about? Like just some do's, tips.
I think some things that I'm always very worried about, and some things I actually like. I remember I posted a video and then I quickly deleted it. It was like getting likes, and I was like, no, delete it.
Why?
Is the government. You need to be careful with what you put out.
Yeah.
You do not want to say anything that might, offend someone or offend, like a big population of people. Like even this one video I did about the Filipino accent, dude, I went back and forth about it. Like, should I post it? Should I not? Would people get offended? But then there's this one TikToker. His name is like Shad, something like that. He's very well known for his accent.
My parents are divorced, that guy.
No. The guy is hilarious as well. But there's another one, dude. If I show you his face, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He does Filipino accents.
Yeah, I know. He's like a dad. He's like a dad, right?
Yes,
like,
yes, that guy. So I saw him. I was like, dude, he's doing it. People are enjoying it. Like, khali wali, I'll do it. So be careful with what you put out. You don't want to offend. The city you're from / people. Keep opinions to yourself. You don't want to put out too many opinions out there, and just be consistent. Being consistent, I think, is what will really put you. You could be putting out shit. Honestly, you could be putting out tutty garbage, but as long as you're putting tutty every single day, people are gonna watch it because people just want something to watch. Honestly, that's how I think of it. Like, I go back to watching people. Like, dude, this is the same reason like people watch ASMR videos.
I don't even know what that is.
ASMR videos like people eating food and you can hear like. You've never seen those videos, bro? I watch it. People watch that because it's like to kill time. A lot of times people on social media to kill time. So just giving some people something to watch, and more than don't judge yourself. Like a lot of times I judge myself over my own videos.
100%.
I remember there was one time I thought of a video and I was like, okay, I'll do it later. I was like, nope, if I do it later, I'll think it's stupid. I'll eradicate that idea. Fuck no. Get to it right now. Posted that video. It happened to be one of my better videos.
Yeah.
Don't judge yourself. You think of something, put it out there. What's the worst that can happen? It's a stupid video and like people are gonna watch it. So what? At the end of the day, you want to put out content. You want to put out videos.
Yeah.
Put it out, man.
Fuck what
Not
say,
exactly, dude. Not every one of Superwoman's videos was a fucking hit.
Yeah.
Not every one of Just Rain's videos are fucking incredible. There are some stupid videos, but we still enjoyed it. Because there was something that we related to it, or there was something
There's
stupid.
always going to be. You're not going to have super hits all the time. Yeah.
You can't.
Just
not every one of, an actor's performances are great. People say Leonardo DiCaprio in some movie was crap. Like some people say Revenant, he didn't deserve an Oscar. For example, there are people that say that. So you're not always going to hit a nugget of gold on every video.
Yeah.
So fuck it. Just put it. You're expressing yourself at the end of the day. And if you enjoy it more than anything, that's what you should be more concerned about, right? That's where you differentiate. Are you doing this for other people or for yourself?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I realized, like, fuck what others think, dude. I'm enjoying putting this out. And my sisters, a lot of times, they'd be like, this is such a stupid video. It's not even funny. Why did you post it? And I'd be like, bro, because that's not how it works. I can't be posting a video that's going to drop you to the floor every day.
Absolutely.
I'm a human. I'm not a fucking...
Exactly.
What the fuck do you... I'm not a robot. That would complete...
Yeah.
And every video hits a different target audience.
Yeah.
A lot of videos will hit you. Then I'll post another video which you're like, I did not understand it. But someone else will be like, bro, that was the funniest video I've seen in my life.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
that's what.
And I think that, similar thing happened with the whole MasterChef video. Like, so that's just like, so that's when I started doing something small, right? And like, it was my way of giving a shit about the smallest things. Like, when I did that, I was like, oh, I want to show an angle of me lifting this, like, plate, everything, like, just small, like, tiny fucking things.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and that was just a way to test myself to see. And like, when I started doing those videos, that's when I enjoyed the process of doing it, right? And I was talking to, I was with Sidhu and his family, and he had a couple of family friends, and they're like, dude, can I be honest? Like, I didn't find them funny. I'm like, do you know what? I myself don't find it that funny, but I just did that because if I hadn't done that, that wouldn't have stimulated
Yeah,
me
yeah.
to go ahead and create shit. Because
Mhm.
you know, for people like us, when you take a break, holy shit, dude, that break can be toxic.
Yep.
You need to sometimes do the dumbest shit just so
To
you
get
can
back in
like,
the swing of things.
Exactly, it's like warm-up, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, no,
you
100%.
just do it for that, and like I'm glad because that had like this domino effect that
Yeah.
eventually led to this and a couple of
Yeah,
other things.
yeah, exactly.
So
dude.
like you know,
I'm so glad you didn't let that get to your head, bro. The fact that they were like, dude, I didn't find it funny. I'm so glad because some people would have been like, oh shit, I'm not funny, I'm not this, I'm not that.
and equally a lot of people loved it, and I was just
Did I message you or did I
You did,
comment?
you did,
I messaged you
yeah,
also.
yeah.
Bro, I was like, this is fucking great. I enjoyed watching that. And dude, that's the thing, man. Just, fuck what others think.
yeah.
Fuck what family thinks as well sometimes. You
Yeah.
just gotta ignore even your family. Because a lot of times my sisters are like, oh, like, you know, this video is so stupid, Ricky, like, you're really not funny. And then on the other hand, I'll get a message from someone that very second saying, Ricky, that was fucking hilarious. And I look at my sister like, dude, you're old. You don't understand our humor.
Exactly.
And then videos you find funny, other people would look at
I'd
me
be like, that's lame as fuck.
So I just, to get over that again, consistency, don't judge yourself. This is said so many times, but really fuck what others think. It's so important. And if someone does chat shit, like, it doesn't affect you, like, it's not going to change your life. Like, if someone even says, like, your mother's this and that, like, you know, I know my mother is an angel, I know my mother's the love of my life.
Exactly.
You saying my mother is a freaking pot of water doesn't make her a pot of water.
Yeah, for sure.
She's still my angel, you know? So it shouldn't fucking affect you what this Pecto on the side says. Because he's going nowhere, you know? Fuck it.
And like the last two cents of mine would just be like, and we touched on this earlier, which is like fear of failure, man. Fuck that. Like, that's the only thing.
Big facts.
I mean, if
You will fail.
If you're going to be scared of failing, then
You're not
the wrong
gonna succeed
place.
at
You're
anything.
the wrong place. Like,
100%. No, in this world,
you're not going to be
you-
leading a pack.
100%.
So like,
Failure is so important. So important.
fucking suck at it, but do it.
Yeah,
That's what's
do
so
it.
important. Like, do it.
The ball needs to go down to bounce back up, innit?
Exactly.
You know, that's just how it
And
works.
now we move into improv. Let's
Alright,
show it now. And I'm just
Okay.
gonna. Can I get a gin and tonic, please?
Can we make that 2 gin and tonics, actually? Hi, I'm Raj Prasad.
And I'm not interested.
Not yet. So what do you do, lady?
Not you. Where do they find people like you? I'm just trying to enjoy my gin and tonic.
In people's
after
bed,
doing
baby.
work.
That's where they find me.
Disgusting.
I can
Don't
say
you think of anything apart from sex?
I do.
Yeah.
You're naked, baby. I mean, the naked body is a majestic thing in itself. Alright, tell me, what's your name?
Priya.
Priya. Alright.
Look, you're funny. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Are you? How many drinks does it take you to get this lechon and turkey?
Why don't you go find out?
It's gonna take a lot more than that to get this.
Well, I'm willing to pay because I have money in the bank. Let's make that 4 gin and tonics. So, Priya, what do
I'm
you
gonna
do?
need a lot more than 4, but I'm a model.
You're a model. For what?
I'm an Instagram model, and I'm an influencer. And a lot of these places get in touch with me just so I can promote their brands and stuff.
Speaking of
So-
touching, what are you up to after this?
Well, to be honest, I came in for a date, and this Prakash, right? He just didn't show up. I don't know why.
Look at me. Why wait for Prakash when you have Ram Prasad?
But
No but, no ifs, no buts, only Jat.
you don't understand, yeah. Like Prakash had his own vibe, Like he was so handsome.
Am I not? Okay, wait. Let me show you my good side. Give me a second. Ouch. That always usually works. Okay.
You can't just show
Okay,
your
how about this?
only good side,
How about this?
See, Prakash didn't have a good side. He was good overall. And now even these 4 gin and
But
tonics,
he's-
I don't know if it can make me forget him. All of them are the same.
Just
This
drink. Yeah. Yeah, just drink.
this Prakash, and then this Halkat Hitesh,
Yeah, this is
and this Notaki Nikhil also, no? All of them.
Turkey?
That fellow only. Can't even talk to a woman right, no?
Can't talk.
All these people, no one understands me. They just think I'm this beautiful girl and that I'll be memorized by everything they say.
I don't know about them, but I'm surely mesmerized.
Think at this point.
So what are you
I'm
doing
not-
after this? Fuck your Hitesh, fuck your Prakash, fuck your Nikhil Turkey. What are you doing after this?
I wanted to do Prakash, but I think at this point.
Well, I can be a Prakash. You can call me Ram Prakash.
Hi, Ram. I don't know if I'm going to get anything better.
Let's go. And that is how you pull women 101. Woohoo! Easy work.
Was that too
Okay,
slutty?
no, for real though, please don't ever do this. Do not be inspired by what I just did.
Consent is key.
Is
Consent.
sexy. Consent is sexy. Consent is great.
Go like, may I, can I? Know how you ask a teacher if you can use the bathroom, just do this.
Can I go to the toilet?
Can I put it inside you? Like, just ask.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
big fucking deal.
May I insert? May I? Eggs.
Alright, we have a
Exit.
we need like an emotional K3 cheat I've seen. Okay, you guys want to give us a quick situation that we can do like a really emotional thing on like
Halkat Hitesh, I love that. Shava, Shava, Mahia se Shava, Shava.
Papa,
Kya?
I
Bonk.
got caught with a porn hard disk in school. Papa, please don't get angry, Papa. I know. It's not.
Say it again. You got caught with that. Huh?
Papa, I got
What? There's a cock in your mouth.
porn, Papa. I'm so sorry, Papa. Papa, Hitesh made me.
Is this what I taught you? Is this what I taught you to watch porn? Or to create porn?
Papa, both of us from
You have ruined my name today.
But Papa,
I've always told you, never watch porn. Make porn.
but,
Create content. Don't just observe. Content.
Papa, I know you always wanted me to be my own man. How much Tory Black and Farida Jalal can you keep watching? But Papa, she was a sexy.
निकल जाओ यहाँ से।
She.
निकल जाओ और कभी वापस मत आना।
Please, Papa, I promise you, I won't watch porn anymore.
कह दिया ना? बस कह दिया।
Papa, I'll make you proud. I will make the #1 porn in this country.
Yeah. If you do, then you know where I live. Maybe then I'll let you into this house.
Papa,
Until then, go fuck.
everyone thinks Savita Bhabi is the best. But I'll come back with Jaya Bhabi. Everything will be there, Papa. She-male porn. Incest. Woman fucks guy in strap on. Papa, I won't be mainstream, Papa. I'll make you proud. Do we nail it or do we nail it? Do we nail it or do we nail it? Let's.
Not to make.
You know, because for the fans who are tuned in at like 2 a.m., do a breakup, do an improv of a breakup. For Sahil, fuck yeah, dude.
Sahil? Whoa, I'm here.
Are they ready?
No,
Are they
no,
ready?
Let's keep it as a surprise. Walk in, okay? You're my boyfriend, obviously. Okay. Yeah. Okay, alright.
Yeah, we'll be there. Fine, see you. Toodles! Alright, babe. We have Stacy's party in 10 minutes, yeah?
Arre Megan, yaar.
What happened, baby? What happened, Babu?
I can't go to this Megan's party with you.
What? But everyone's going.
Stacy, same name.
There's alcohol also. For free-flowing alcohol all night. Jamu, come out.
Shut up your mouth. Full time I'm trying to tell you I can't go to Stacy's party. Alcohol is there, free flowing is there, everything is there. You just care about what you want. Megan, listen to me.
Babu, why are you talking like this?
Megan, I can't go to Stacy's party with you. Shut up! You know what I did with Rasita, my previous girlfriend? She was also making noise like this. On fire, I threw her from the second floor of the building. Stupid bitch. Hey, shut up now. Let me talk. I cannot go to this Stacy's house, okay?
Why?
Because, Megan, Stacy has that, what do these teenagers call it? That juicy ass. Nicely like when peach is coming, you know? I can grab it, I can do so much with it. This figure you're having right now, no? It isn't. I am also getting good. For how long can I try doing cowgirl and there is nothing to grab? Huh? What I'll grab? I'll grab back or what? Simply making Bhagwan Express sound over here. I'm sorry, but I hooked up with Stacy that night at that college party and so much alcohol was there. It was the best ass I grabbed. And I can't go back to you, Megan. I'm sorry.
Baby, can I tell you something? Don't get angry at me, okay? Say you won't.
I won't.
I'm actually a man. Bitch. So, as always, thank you for signing in. Thank you for rolling with me. Thank you for rolling with us today, actually.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, because if we did this from our account, we'd probably get 2 fucking people.
Dude, I want to go fucking please.
Either way, you guys are fucking real for doing this at like
Chronic NIRVANA, thank you so much for having me.
morning.
Fuck this guy. I did it for you, bro. Dakshey, what's up?
He's showing me attitude in my own house.
The audacities.
These actors, dude, I don't get it. Like, they just let fame get to their heads. And just give me a hell yeah if you feel the same. If you feel the same, and if you feel like this dude
Give
just
me a
acted
yes
too much, give me a
bench.
hallelujah.
Give me a
So,
yes
either
bench.
way, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
and for tuning in. This
Thank you.
was a hell of a podcast because we did a lot of different shit.
Yeah, this
So,
was really
yeah.
fun, dude. I did not expect to fucking do improv. Mods.
Yeah, it's gonna be done. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we're gonna post the full thing up on the YouTube channel.
Your friends like H. Alana.
Alright, Chronic NIRVANA YouTube, you know where to find us. And you know where to find us.
Say
I'm gonna
that.
keep coming out with more content and more episodes, so stay
Also, I just want
tuned.
to say thank you so much for having me. This was so fun.
It was a
Really,
pleasure.
really, honestly.
It was a pleasure, man. It's always fun to fucking get up and be stupid, right?
100%. That's my motto. Be stupid. They call me Ricky Stupid Singh.
Peace and peace.
Love you.
Yes, you. Thank you for watching the Chronic NIRVANA podcast.
And if you aren't following us on Instagram yet, what are you waiting for?
What are they waiting for?
Make sure you do right now. Like before you stop everything you're doing and follow us on Instagram right now at Chronic NIRVANA.
100%. And if you have any friends that would like to be a part of the podcast, has an interesting story to say, please let us know in the comment section below or on Instagram.
And if you feel like you yourself have an interesting story to share and want to be a part of the podcast, make sure you DM us on Instagram or just leave your suggestions down in the comment section below on YouTube or on Instagram or wherever we put out the podcast. Honestly.
100%. And if you don't have the time to watch a Chronic NIRVANA episode, please do check out the Chronic NIRVANA clips on YouTube and get yourself a new job.
So this is Nikhil
And I'm Dakshey.
and this is Chronic NIRVANA.